I swear, they were right there. The canoe flipped, and now I can't find them anywhere. We have to call someone.
I never thought my peaceful life at my family's lake cabin would turn into a battle against someone who wasn't even supposed to have power over me. After inheriting my great-aunt Sarah's lakefront cabin, I finally felt like I had found peace. That place had saved me during the hardest time of my life. The quiet water, the sunrise, and the memories of my aunt meant everything to me. But on moving day, everything changed. A woman named Margaret Thornfield showed up. She introduced herself as the president of the Lakeview Association. With a confident smile and a map in her hand, she pointed at a path cutting through my backyard. "This is a community access path. Everyone uses it," she said. Her words sounded polite, but her attitude made one thing clear. She expected me to obey. I agreed to look into it, but something felt wrong. Soon I noticed strangers walking across my property every weekend. Cars from other states arrived. People carried kayaks, coolers, and camping equipment as if my land was a public park. My neighbors became nervous whenever I mentioned Margaret's name. Nobody wanted to talk. I decided to investigate. I installed security cameras and started looking into the property records. After days of searching, I found something shocking. Hidden near the lake was a sign advertising Premium Lake Access, $45 per day. There were booking instructions and payment details. Someone was selling access to my lakefront property. Then my cameras caught Margaret making phone calls, discussing prices and reservations like she was running a vacation business. That's when I realized the truth. She wasn't protecting the community. She was making money from my land. Instead of confronting her immediately, I kept collecting evidence. I found online advertisements where she promoted an exclusive lakefront paradise. Hundreds of people had paid her for access. But while I investigated, Margaret started attacking me. She sent fake HOA violation notices about my mailbox, lawn, and furniture. She posted online claiming I was a hostile newcomer who wanted to destroy community traditions. Some people believed her. Then one Saturday morning, everything exploded. A group of 12 people arrived with food, chairs, and music equipment. They told me they had paid Margaret for a private community event. They even showed me receipts. That was the moment I knew this was bigger than a simple property dispute. Margaret arrived minutes later and acted like she was a sheriff. "Alex, you are harassing paying community members," she said while recording me. Then she called the police. When Officer Reynolds arrived, he immediately asked for proof. I showed him my deed, property records, and maps proving there was no public access easement. Margaret couldn't provide real documents. Then the visitors showed their payment receipts. The truth started coming out. The police checked official records and discovered something shocking. Margaret Thornfield was never the HOA president. She had created the position herself. For nearly 2 years, she had been running a fake HOA operation, collecting money, creating fake rules, and charging residents illegal fees. As the investigation continued, more victims came forward. Neighbors revealed she had forged signatures, targeted elderly residents, charged fake penalties, and used fear to control people. She had even demanded money from vulnerable families who thought they had no choice but to obey. The police built a case using bank records, documents, and witness statements. Margaret tried to fight back. She hired a lawyer, created more excuses, and claimed she was a victim. But nobody believed her anymore. One morning, Officer Reynolds and his team arrested her in front of the entire neighborhood. She screamed that everyone would regret turning against her. But the community had finally seen the truth. Margaret was convicted of multiple crimes and forced to pay back the money she stole. The real HOA leadership returned, canceled all her fake rules, refunded victims, and created new protections to prevent anyone like her from gaining control again. 6 months later, I stood on the porch of my cabin watching the sunset over the lake. For the first time in years, the place felt peaceful again. My Aunt Sarah always believed a community should bring people together, not be controlled by someone chasing power. And sometimes, the biggest mistake a person can make is calling the police when they're the one breaking the law. Because in the end, the truth always finds a way out. What do you think? Have you ever dealt with someone who abused their authority? Share your story below.